Hi and welcome back. It is Wednesday. It is press day, by the way, for the Salyersville Independent, always is. And tomorrow's edition will include a great deal, of course, of news and sports that you'll only find in the Independent, as well as our election tab. Our Meet the Candidates edition of the Salyersville Independent comes out tomorrow. And, of course, also included in tomorrow's paper will be the ever-popular election poll and a host of other election-related news and items. So we hope that you pick one up and get caught up on all of our candidates and election happenings for McGoffin County in tomorrow's edition. Well, it is Wednesday. It's been a busy Wednesday, not necessarily in this studio, but in another. Much of the afternoon I've spent, the majority of which in the McGoffin County Rescue Squad building and back and forth between here and there and the Radio Shack a few times, making connections and preparations for tomorrow's, it's hard to imagine it's here time-wise, and it's just hard to imagine we're doing this without Carter and everything that goes along with that. But the annual McGoffin County Rescue Squad media auction starts tomorrow at 6:30. It will be on Howard's Channel 15, on Foothills Channel 2, as well as live streamed on my YouTube channel, YourNewsToday, Rick Mortimer. We'll be sharing that link on Facebook and all other social media is available to us, so look for it there. Now, each and every year, I have for the past 20 years had or approximate, except for when Sam Miller used to do it and some students with the school back a few years before that, had the privilege and the opportunity and the duty of establishing, of course, and setting up all of the cameras and making those connections and seeing that everything went off the hitch without a hitch. And this year, we are using a totally different format, which is very similar and nearly identical to the one which allowed us to do the pageants live. We've since worked out a few bugs and a few issues and added to that system, and it will make for a much more seamless event and production on tomorrow's program. But it's taken me the entire day to get it set up, and I'm still not done. I still have to go back. So with that said, and in lieu of the fact that the machine that I use here in this studio to stream the program each and every night onto my YouTube channel simultaneously, which is different from the one that I'm taking to the Rescue Squad auction, had to have an update, and last night's program did not get uploaded to my YouTube channel. I'm going to show the mock trial report from last evening. So if you missed that or want to see it again, I'll have that for you in just a few seconds. And tomorrow evening, a brief word here on the show, and we'll have some news for you, and then ask everyone to tune over and support the McGoffin County Rescue Squad for that and the following 2 nights thereafter. Right now, last report, after speaking to one of the squad members earlier, we had about 160 items donated. It's not a big number. I haven't talked to Dewey Marshall, our captain, and others about setting any type of a goal or anything of that nature, but I know that we all would like to see something really big happen in Carter's honor and memory. So, $20,000 is a good year for the rescue squad, and that's the majority of our operating costs. It's hard to imagine that's the case, but it is. But setting maybe a goal of 30 or 1,000 or more, I think would certainly put a smile on the big man's face. So we're asking for your help, not just because we always need it as a rescue squad, but as well, we'd like to do him proud. So if you can help in any form or fashion, tune in, bid, buy, whatever, over the course of the next 3 days, and it all starts tomorrow night at 6:30. So with all of that said, I'll tell you about a few things I didn't do today, and some other stuff, in lieu of being at the Rescue Squad building, and then we'll have you an updated forecast and calendar, much more, all after a message or two. Stay tuned.
My name is Travis Joseph, and I'm a Democrat candidate for the office of McGoffin County Attorney. For the past 12 years, it has been my pleasure to serve as your Assistant County Attorney. This office is an extremely challenging and important job. In most cases, if you have to go see the county attorney, you're having a problem. You could be the victim of a crime, you could have received a traffic citation, you may be seeking treatment for a loved one with a substance abuse problem or mental health issue, or you may have a loved one that due to sickness or injury may be in need of legal guardianship. In those situations, it is important to be able to turn to someone with the knowledge and experience necessary to guide you through those difficult and scary times. For 12 years, I've handled all those matters on a daily basis, and I'm fully confident in my ability to serve you when you need help the most. On May 17th, I ask you to vote for me, Travis Joseph, as your next McGoffin County Attorney. Thank you.
Good people of McGoffin County, my name is Tim Watkins, son of John Clay and Melva Jean Watkins Sire, and son Sean Watkins, and 7 grandchildren. We have been servants of McGoffin County most of our lives, been there for you in the time of need. I'm in your need to make sure our children and grandchildren have a safe county to grow up in. Please help me to obtain this goal by voting Tim Watkins for sheriff. I know together we will make a difference. Thank you.
I'm Neil Adams, Republican candidate for sheriff of McGoffin County. My main duty as sheriff will be to protect all the people of McGoffin County, and especially our elderly and youth, from the ongoing drug scourge. I am not a politician, but I am a highly trained narcotics detective with over 21 years of law enforcement experience. I know and I see people every day that express their concerns about the illegal drug activity in our county. I hear your voices, and I'm letting you know that help is on the way. I ask all fellow Republicans to join my team in helping me to fight this drug epidemic in our county. Vote Neil Adams, Republican for sheriff.
Hello, McGoffin County. I'm Brian Montgomery, your current jailer. I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you for your vote and support in this upcoming election. I've been in this line of work for the last 25 years, with 14 years being at the detention center, and now the last 11 and a half as your jailer, with continued training every year. I hope that I have helped you or a loved one somewhere along the way, and I hope that you will continue to let me serve you and come out on May 17th and vote for me, Brian Montgomery, for jailer, #1 on the ballot. Thank you.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Hello, my fellow McGoffin Countyans. My name is Carson Sloan, and I'm a candidate for Magistrate District 2. As your magistrate, I will apply the same core values I have held myself to all my life. As your magistrate, I will always be honest, hardworking, trusting, and dependable. I will be a full-time employee for you, the people of District 2 and McGoffin County as a whole. So on May 17th, please cast your vote for Carson Sloan for Magistrate District 2, #1 on the ballot and #1 for the job. Thank you.
It is never too early for spring to spring at the seasonal shop, and it has. With new ladies' fashions in and arriving daily from all the fashion houses you've come to love, like Royce, Mud Pie, Charlie Page, Simply Southern, they have a new line of spring tees from Ivory Ella, and amazing scents in soaps, body lotion, and home fragrance diffusers by Michael Design Works, with something for every room in the house. Plus new home decor, and as always, so much more at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. A lot of our leaders were in Eastern Kentucky earlier today. It was in Elliott County this morning that Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, as well as Hal Rogers, our congressman, announced that the Appalachian Regional Commission ARC funds were going to the tune of $1.5 million to the Sandy Hook Water District. A couple of other things that I also had invites to that just my schedule did not allow due to the rescue squad preparations. That was one of those actually in Cincinnati, which I couldn't have made anyway, but a very important one where law enforcement officials on every level, local all the way up to the federal, and as well as healthcare officials as well, gathered in Ohio today in the city of Cincinnati, where they announced continued efforts from the Appalachian Regional Prescription Opioid Strike Force. This force has been around for about 3 years now, and in that time it has prosecuted over 100 people for putting more than 100 million pills on the streets illegally. Now they are setting their sights on those in the medical field themselves, doctors and otherwise, who are prescribing pills to people that they shouldn't be. They're targeting specifically medical professionals right now who are abusing their privileges in regards to their prescription abilities, and that is something that we expect to see more from as far as the ARPO is concerned. With that said as well, Hal Rogers also came to Paintsville earlier today. He and other officials were there, and they had almost $900,000 in funds they had a presentation and a nice day today at the Country Music Highway Museum. The money, however, going to a serious upgrade and an expansive one of the Paintsville and Johnson County Emergency Management Communications System. Those funds were announced. I had an invitation to go to that as well. I just simply could not do it. But you can always count on Hal to be back around sometime sooner, often than later. With that said, one other announcement today. It hasn't happened in over 20 years to this degree. The Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates post-COVID. It has, on occasion, by about 1/4%. But today, they went a full-blown 0.5%, something they haven't done since 2000. The central bank saying that it's also going to, again, increase borrowing costs throughout the remainder of this year, trying to, if you will, remedy the relaxed financial policies, if you will, that have been in place and in play per the pandemic. Over the last 20 years, the Fed has raised rates only 1/4% at a time. It's been 2000 again since they did so in a full 0.5 point jump. And now, right now, they are looking at interest rates between 0.75% and 1%. And some officials say that it needs to actually be much more than that, closer to 2.5% by the end of 2022. Right now, as well, interest rates have gone up. A 30-year fixed mortgage, mind you, has gone up to, over 5% as of late. They were closer to 3% not so long ago. Here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. I've got a bunch of birthdays on my desk throughout the coming days, and I've got one tonight for a now teenager. Yes, indeed, 13 she is. On today, May the 4th, McKenna Reese Woodard celebrating her 13th birthday, with a lot of love from Grandma Kathy and all the family and all the friends. Happy 13 years to you today, McKenna Reese. Happy birthday, McKenna Reese Woodard. Happy birthday to you. Going on, a reminder, this Saturday, the Coon Creek Primitive Baptist Church is having a benefit soup bean dinner with all the fixings and a gospel sing. This is free. They just want you to come and join them for making a joyful noise. Also, the countywide cleanup, the spring cleanup campaign gears back up starting next week for those in District 3. District 2's already been over and done with, so District 3 residents, you're next week, and then the week of May the 23rd, it's on to District 1. Coming up, not this Saturday, but the next, a lot of things happening. Salyersville Masonic Lodge is having their horse show down at the horse park. All proceeds going to benefit the Coats for Kids program. They've got a full day of classes, a wonderful place to have it, and they hope to see you there. And next Saturday as well, earlier, I believe, in the horse show, noon to 3, they'll register, and awards at 4 for the annual cruise-in at the Salyersville City Park, located across from Salyersville City Hall. They have had a great showing there before. They're building on that. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, whatever you want to ride or drive, come down. And it's a really nice venue. The grassy lot is big and open, and it's just a great place. They'll have prizes and concessions and more. And also, not this Saturday, but next, the 10th annual Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church Bass Fishing Tournament, blasting off on Cave Run. And then the following week, starting that Monday, a blood drive. The McGoffin County, or the Kentucky Blood Center, will be at the Salyersville First Baptist Church for the next blood drive here in McGoffin County. Appointments appreciated. Walk-ins are welcome. And your calendar announcements and birthday announcements and everything are always welcome here with me. Just get them to me any way you can. Funeral services are sponsored nightly by our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home, Paul Burchell and his family there. And a reminder of services to be held tomorrow at 11 for Rebecca Shawn Flint Howard, 56 of Salyersville. She is survived by her daughters, Jennifer Brooke Cooper and Jara Beth Howard Gibbs, her granddaughter, Gracelyn Hope, her uncle, Teddy Flint, and 2 first cousins who were more like daughters, Stacy Flint Nair and Teddy Bailey. Services start in the morning at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation continues tonight. Services have been set for tomorrow afternoon at 1 for 88-year-old Donna Montgomery of Springfield, Ohio, formerly of McGoffin County, who passed away on Monday, survived by his wife, Rui Marie Nutt Jenkins Montgomery, his sister Betty Carty, and several nieces and nephews and cousins. He is preceded in death by 5 brothers and 3 sisters. Services in his honor start again tomorrow at 1 from the Rock House, Liberty Baptist Church. Friends can visit the church this evening and up until services start tomorrow. Services are also set for 75-year-old Luther Joseph of Royalton. He passed away yesterday at Highlands, survived by his son, Clinton Joseph, daughters Judy Bailey and Joyce Ferguson, a brother Elijah Joseph, 9 grandkids, and 7 great-grandchildren. In addition to his parents, Luther is preceded in death by his wife Martha Joseph, sons Roger and Roy, 5 brothers and 2 sisters. Services are set for Friday morning at 11 at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation at the funeral home Thursday after 6. Services are also set for 50-year-old Victoria Lynn Puckett of Salyersville. She passed away Monday at the Chandler Hospital in Lexington. The daughter of the late Danny Fletcher and Margie Owens Fletcher, who survives. She's as well survived by her husband, loyal Dale Puckett, and a host of aunts and uncles and cousins. In addition to her father, she was preceded in death by an infant, child, 4 brothers, and 2 sisters. Services start Saturday morning at 11 at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will be at the funeral home Friday evening after 6. Arrangements were incomplete at this hour for 75-year-old Bernice Patrick of Salyersville, who passed away yesterday at his home. Arrangements also incomplete at this hour, but to be announced for 42-year-old Roy Lee Roark of Lee Roark Road in West Liberty. He passed away today at his home.
Hello, I'm William Bill Meade, Republican candidate for McGoffin County Sheriff. One of the candidates recently said that training and experience didn't matter, that no one has done anything in McGoffin County yet. You know what? I agree. Nothing has been done in McGoffin County yet, but that can change on May 17th. With over 33 years experience in law enforcement, I have a strategy to combat the drug problem that we've been facing for years. I believe in and support rehabilitation for those with drug addiction. If they want help, we should support them so that they can return to their families and be productive in society. But we can't allow those that want to make a living destroying the lives of our loved ones to continue. If you're ready for a positive change, I ask for your vote and support. I'm number 4 on the Republican ballot, but number 1 for McGoffin County.
Hello, McGoffin County. My name is Robert James Bailey. I'm asking for your votes to serve as your next McGoffin County jailer. I can proudly say that my work ethic has been validated over the years as a foreman for Rumpke. I deal with the public on many levels solving issues they have encountered. Another one of my accomplishments is as a football coach for the elementary and middle school students. I have interacted and communicated effectively with both parents and students, and I will always be there to assist others when needed. If you're looking for new leadership, give me this opportunity to prove to you that I can perform all duties required as your next McGoffin County jailer.
The past 3 years have been like no other time in history. We have had flooding events, ice storms, a 100-year pandemic, emergency service issues, and now we have inflation rising to levels not seen in decades. But in McGoffin County, we don't let adversity get us down. We have steadily moved our county forward, and this is because of you. Because of your faith and trust in me, I have been able to build relationships in Frankfort and in Washington, D.C., placing McGoffin County on the map as an up-and-coming community. Locally, we are continuing to renovate our county-owned buildings, properties, and parks. We now have a state-of-the-art 911 center, and we use every dollar of our road fund to repair and maintain our county roads. But as we all know, there is still so much more work to be done. I pledge to keep pushing for funding to expand water across the county, for economic development, for tourism, and other items to improve our community, as well as continuing to support and honor our local veterans. Again, thank you for your trust and support, and I ask for your vote for another term as Judge Executive so we can keep McGoffin County moving forward.
My name's Winfred Ray McCarty. I'm running for sheriff on the Democrat ticket. My parents was Alton and Rui McCarty. I have 5 children, 12 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. And the reason I'm a running for sheriff is for your kids and mine. And I also will take care of the senior citizens and the older people. And I will be a full-time sheriff. And if you all will support me, I'll make a good sheriff for the county, and I thank you very much.
Check out the latest in savings on new sets of tires and vehicle maintenance at Conley's, like $150 back on Goodyears, $120 back on Bridgestones, and big deals on Firestone, Hankook, General, and more. All with perfect snap-on balancing, and where they only charge $35 for state-of-the-art computer diagnostics to fix exactly what you need and get you back on the road. On the web at conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville.
What's up, McLaughlin County? This is Boone Williams, University of Kentucky.
Boone gets the call, over 100 yards rushing today. Boone pulling his way inside the 5, staying on his feet for the touchdown, Kentucky.
Make sure y'all go vote for my guy, Josh Poe, man.
I'm Joshua Poe, and I approve this message.
First, let me thank those of you who have welcomed me into their homes. It's been a pleasure. For those I've missed, I'm not done yet. I'm visiting as many folks as possible. Let me assure you, I'm capable and willing to do this job. I believe it's time for a change. I will never let the citizens down. I will never lose my integrity, nor will I ever forget who I am or where I come from. I will always be a servant to the people. Customer service, better hours, friendly staff, and the willingness to help everyone will always be my top priority. Together we can make a change. I'm asking to be your McGoffin County Clerk.
As I said earlier, the device that I use to stream the show, upload it to my YouTube channel live and there for your viewing pleasure anytime thereafter. I had to have an update over the past 2 days and wasn't working last night. And with being in the rescue squad most of the afternoon and making preparations there, gives me another good opportunity, if you will, to air again last night's segment on 2 very high-profile trials that took place yesterday in Judge Dennis Prater's courtroom. I kind of led him with a bit of a tease last night, but our gifted and talented students from all 3 McGoffin Elementary Schools, 5th and 6th graders, performed 2 mock trials yesterday, 2 specific cases, both very well known, Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, and then of course the Wolf and the 3 Little Pigs, Mrs. Wolf on this occasion. And they took this very seriously. They did a wonderful job. They prepared for it for weeks at a time and then spent hours in court yesterday determining guilty, not guilty, or as you may have saw if you saw it yesterday or are about to see, otherwise. It makes for a really great story, as the mock trials have been on hiatus since the pandemic. 5th and 6th grade gifted and talented students from all 3 of McGoffin County's elementary schools were in Judge Dennis Prater's court today after weeks of preparation, presenting their cases and defense to Goldilocks and the 3 Bears and Mrs. Wolf and the 3 Little Pigs.
Several years ago we started doing the mock trials with gifted and talented, and of course the last 3 years during the pandemic we didn't get to do it. So I had reached out to Jerica last fall, and we started coming up with this plan to do let the gifted and talented do the mock trials, and we came up with 6th grade doing them and going to try to make it an annual event where 6th grade does it every year, and then we let the 5th grade be the jury. And so they started working on it this semester, and I went to the schools and worked with them a little bit, and today was the finished product.
The defendant has been charged with the crime of theft in the 3rd degree, criminal mischief in the 2nd degree, and criminal trespassing in the 1st degree. The evidence we have presented shows that our defendant, Goldilocks, did indeed enter the 3 Bears' home, steal and eat up every bit of Baby Bear's porridge, and was found snoozing in Baby Bear's bed upstairs. She has not been able to prove for any good reason why she should have been doing these things. These reasons show that the defendant is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you.
In the first case, Goldilocks' fate hung in the balance as she watched the jury leave for deliberation to return after some very intense discussion and present something seldom seen in mock trials that we've had in Judge Prater's courtroom over the years, but one that proved just how serious and involved these students were in the proceedings.
Your Honor, we're hopelessly ill.
So what that means, I know that kind of threw everybody for a loop where we've been practicing, but if you could hear kind of some raised voices back there, there was about half not guilty and half guilty, and they were adamant. And I explained, in real life, those of you that will be in the jury and those of you that did the trial today, sometimes that happens, that you have a deadlocked jury, and it can go for days. And that's why I explained to them, some of them may sway other people to their not guilty verdict, some of them may sway to the guilty verdict. But that happens at times, and of course we had a 5-minute window. they trust me, if you heard them in the hallway, they're still wanting to argue.
The first trial, it was truly a hung jury. It was about half guilty, half not guilty, and they were adamant that they weren't going to change their positions. And I explained to them, in real life, trials go on for days with juries being deadlocked, and eventually they may sway one way or the other, but I don't think there was any swaying with this much.
In the next case, however, there would be a verdict, and it would be a guilty return for Mrs. Wolf for the damages and destruction she left behind at the residences of the 3 little pigs.
She not only threatened to blow down their homes, then insinuated that she would harm them if they did not let her into their homes.
What were some of the compelling arguments that you heard?
Well, everyone voted for guilty. Like everyone did, so there's no arguments.
Did you agree with it?
I agree. I want her guilty, no matter what.
Tell me a bit about what you did as your role as attorney.
Well, I came up and wanted to be as loud as possible so Aiden would strike the gavel.
Did that work?
No, it did not.
Did not? Okay. Tell me a bit about the preparation for this. It looked like you put a little time into this, John.
Not really.
Well, it looked that way. You can lie. What did you do to get ready for this?
I was trying to put a lot of emotion in everything I read.
Yeah. Okay. You think that had an effect today? Do you hope it did?
I really hope that it did.
We did like little pre-plays at school. We had to decide the case ourselves, and that's about it.
How long has that been going on?
About a month, yeah.
What did you learn about the legal system, or what did you like or dislike about it?
I liked how we had to, listen and had to prove them guilty or not guilty. About the wolf.
I was the public defendant.
Did you ever see yourself as a public defendant before this?
No, probably not.
Is it something you think that you would ever enjoy doing?
I could see myself doing it, but not as something I would want to do.
What about you, sir?
Possibly.
Tell me a bit about what you guys went through to get ready for this, and did you feel prepared when you got here?
I was pretty prepared. We practiced for like a month or two and stuff like that.
Well, I was the prosecuting district attorney, just like my uncle, Don McFarland. I loved being this role, learning about the law, the executive, judicial, and legislative branch. It was very, very interesting.
I think you made Don proud. What about you, sir? What was your role?
Baby Bear.
And what was Baby Bear's thoughts on this entire process?
She basically broke into my house and broke my chair and ate up on my porch and was laying in my bed.
And in your trial, forgive me, she found guilty for that or not?
She was not.
And she wasn't found guilty either. So we do not agree with
Justice was not served today, is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
She needs to be arrested.
What happened, Curly?
Did you all have a lot of fun doing that? How much fun did you all have doing this today?
Well, it was really fun.
What do you take back to class and or talk to your families about when you go home about being through this entire experience? What are you going to remember from it?
Just sitting in the courtroom. It's really cool to me, just because,
What was your role today?
Goldilocks.
And?
I broke into the bear's house and slept in their bed and broke their chair and ate the porch.
So you admit it? Is that what you're saying? And you?
I was Mama Bear, and I had to explain what Goldilocks did in the Three Bears house, which was in my house.
Were you upset over that?
Yes, very.
And what about the verdict? What did you think about your verdict in your case?
She was guilty.
Tell me about how much you were impressed by their performance.
Oh, it was fantastic. Some of them were better than some of the lawyers I see in here, so not going to mention any names since one of them, her uncle's one of the lawyers. I've already been telling her that she's probably already doing better than him, but no, they have done a great job. They put in a lot of time in it, and their expressions and everything when they were doing their trial, it was fantastic.
The testimony given by Miss Wolf and Grandpa Wolf and Grandpa are not even believable. The reasons I have presented show the defendant is guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Thank you.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Car wrecks, truck wreck, disability,
workers' comp,
slip and fall,
wrongful death.
Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Appalachian Wireless puts service, towers, and technology in areas that other carriers won't. With almost 300 towers in our 29 county coverage area, we know for our communities to grow, they have to have connectivity to succeed. That's why Appalachian Wireless's primary focus is to provide support and service to communities that are in our coverage area. Advancing the gap between technology and communities is our goal of providing a better tomorrow for Appalachia. We are the region's best and most reliable network. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
On May 17th, you will elect a new Magoffin County attorney. As your county attorney, I will work with law enforcement and all community partners to deal with issues caused by the influx of illegal drugs such as heroin, fentanyl, and methamphetamine. Together, we can make our county a better and safer place to live. I ask for your vote for me, Jeff Lovely, as your next Magoffin County attorney.
Not everything has changed over the years. Fraser's Prater Drug Store is still your most trusted pharmacy, where you can get your prescription brought to you curbside or make your way to the counter for a snack, lunch, or an incredibly sweet treat. And check out Strings and Things inside the shack, the Radio Shack, musical instruments, guns, ammo, electronics, and more. It's as wonderfully unique of a shopping experience as is the selection at Fraser's Prater Drug Store in downtown Salyersville.
Since 1974, the Magoffin County Rescue Squad has been providing emergency aid and rescue services to the citizens of Magoffin County. In 2021, the Magoffin County Rescue Squad answered 307 calls for service, requiring 20,968 man-hours and logging 515 man-hours of training. On this May 5th, 6th, and 7th, the Magoffin County Rescue Squad will be conducting its 43rd annual media auction live through WRLV 106.5, Howard's TV Cable, Channel 15, Foothills Communication, Channel 2, and YourNewsToday's YouTube channel. All items and donations are also printed in the Salyersville Independent. Merchants from Magoffin County and Eastern Kentucky have donated items and services to be auctioned, and ad time can be purchased for $10 a spot. This is the primary fundraiser for the Magoffin County Rescue Squad. If you have any questions or would like to make a donation, please call the Magoffin County Rescue Squad, Station 1 at 606-349-5500. Thank you. The 43rd annual Magoffin County Rescue Squad media auction is dedicated to the memory of Captain Carter Connolly.
Now let's wrap it up with your Licking Valley RECC outlook. I can tell you there's nothing on the radar as of right now. That's a good thing. That's not going to be something that we're going to enjoy very long. We have showers and storms, not giving us much hope of getting out of any on a couple of occasions, specifically on this Friday. Tomorrow is going to be a nice day, mind you. The last sure one before next week. Yeah, it's something to see. I'll leave it at that. 50 degrees, mostly cloudy skies tonight, light wind. Clouds kept it cool today, much cooler than yesterday, and cooler than what it will be tomorrow. So there's an improvement there for you. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, and nothing more than a light wind to wrap up your hump day. Tomorrow we'll hit the upper 70s. It's going to be a nice Thursday. Don't get me wrong. Partly sunny across the board. Our next shower chances aren't until, hopefully, after we're all fast asleep, for many getting ready to get up. And that will be Thursday night, Friday morning, around 4 or 5 in the a.m. That's when we see a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms start to make their way into the forecast with mostly cloudy skies. But your Thursday will be 78, partly sunny, and really nice. But again, it's during overnight hours, early morning hours Thursday, and into Friday that it is a certainty. We think that we'll see some showers and thunderstorms. National Weather Service not giving us any leeway on this one. A full-blown 100% chance of showers and possibly some thunderstorms. Mid-70s on your Friday, and winds out of the south, southwest up to 20 miles per hour at times. Rainfall amounts on Friday right now stand to be anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to an inch. So this is going to be one of the wettest days we've had in a while. And it will continue into Friday night, maybe another 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of rain on top of that. Yes, and that's not counting any storms that might throw some more down on some folks. And then Saturday, mostly cloudy skies still, and still an 80% chance of some showers and storms. Not looking as much rain to add up on your Saturday, but we could see an inch and a half or so on your Friday. Saturday, 68 though, and cloudy and full of showers and some possible storms, so it's not going to be that nice. Sunday will make up for it to some degree, to a good degree. 75, mostly sunny on your Sunday. A 20% chance of showers that will linger up until about noon. And after that, we'll see the rest of our Sunday being dry and mostly sunny and 75, and then we hit the 80s. Low on Monday at 83 and mostly sunny. Mid-80s, 86 and sunny on your Tuesday. Still holding on to the mid-80s by Wednesday of next week. Still sunny skies. It might be the first of the next little round of rain to have to deal with, but some nice days, certainly, throughout our 7-day. And that's almost a wrap for tonight. Before I go, again, let me implore you, ask you, beg of you even, to tune in, bid by, whatever you can, stop by and help support the McGoffin County Rescue Squad. Our annual media auction starts again tomorrow night, 6:30, Foothills Channel 2, Howard's Cable Channel 15. It will be as well on my YouTube channel. We'll be streaming all that simultaneously live. I'll be posting the link, as well as I believe WRLV Radio is back up on the air, and I think they're going to be on there as well, if I'm not mistaken, so that is a good thing. And regardless of how you can support us, it's going to be a tough time the next 3 days for everyone in the McGoffin County Rescue Squad. I'm literally dreading it. It was just tough being in the building today for as long as I was, but nevertheless, we'd like to really honor the big guy in a big way. So if you can help us with see fit to make a donation or to purchase something, it would be greatly appreciated. And at this time, really the one thing that we can all do to pay respect to the man and the organization that he essentially built and led for so many years. So with that said, I'll see you back here tomorrow night, some form of fashion at 6, and then hopefully on to the Rescue Squad auction just a moment or two afterwards. Thank you, and good night.